It's a little alarming that so early in Season 2, Reasonable Doubt appears to be going through the motions. In Episode 3, Part 2 On the Run, there is little movement in the case, and despite some powerful individual character moments and a sense of ulterior motives for a prominent character, I just didn't feel like the momentum was there. Don't get me wrong, the portrayal of the theme is essential and creative, and the approach to Jax and Lewis's marriage is excellent. I really adore Lewis, who spends the entire episode at home with the kids, attempting to have a Zoom call without losing his head. Reasonable Doubt's main selling point is its mature attitude toward adult relationships, which is maybe just as well given that, at the moment, it isn't really good as a crime thriller. Chanel is on the run. Episode 3 lives up to its title, with Chanel on the run and a few welcome challenges. Initially, her motive is unclear. After fleeing with a large portion of her late husband's fortune at the end of the two-part premiere, the possibility that she planned his murder to enrich herself has been raised. And it's still unclear, though one concedes it's unlikely, whether that's the case by the end of this episode. When Jax and Corey are finished blaming one another, a safety deposit box shows that Chanel appointed Sally to be the children's legal guardian. She also documented evidence of JT's assault with Sally's assistance, although the images cannot be released to the public yet. Nonetheless, they provide proof that Chanel was being abused, which supports her claims of self-defense. Now that the truth about Sauron's return has been revealed to viewers and select characters, Season 2's early episodes feel more like a horror film, forcing the audience to helplessly watch as the franchise's greatest evil lurks in plain sight, speaking to characters who have no idea of his origins or his evil intentions. The series embraces war movie tropes as the plot builds to a big battle at Aragon, with the resulting action sequences spread throughout the 3 final episodes, comparable in scale and devastation to Helm's Deep or the Pelennor Fields. Part 2 On the Run features Chanel and Adrian. The former intends to skip the border to Mexico with the latter's assistance, but they fall in love and decide to travel together. This revelation once again makes Chanel look bad. If she was having an affair, that's enough reason to dump her spouse. The fact that she missed her preliminary hearing to flee with him is also a terrible picture, making her a fugitive and affecting public opinion, not to mention leaving Sally with a bail money bill. Social media justice. In Reasonable Doubt Season 2 Episode 3, Corey attempts to persuade the public to support Chanel by appearing on Instagram Live under the guise of an advocate for domestic violence. He delivers an emotional statement about how the legal system is set up to penalize women, who eventually muster the fortitude to defend themselves against their abusers. It's obviously a deeply personal matter for Corey, but the reminder of how important social media is in affecting public conversation allows Reasonable Doubt to put a modern twist on an age-old issue. But Corey's motives, at least insofar as Chanel's instance, are murky. As we can see, he is definitely counting on success in this case.
It's not too late to give them the childhood they deserve. We are going to fight like hell.
Insofar as Chanel's instance are murky. As we can see, he is definitely counting on success in this case to assist him in obtaining clemency for another woman who was imprisoned for killing her violent husband. The inclusion of a more self-serving motive for him will invariably cause problems with Jax in the future. Speaking of which, is there any hint of a romantic relationship between Corey and Jax? Wasn't the hug weird? Summary. The plot slows down a little in the 3rd episode, but the character moments are still strong. Anyway, Reasonable Doubt Season 2 Episode 3 concludes with Jax and Lewis discussing Chanel's case, and Jax obviously decides to pursue it. Naturally, King Lewis is pleased to help